We just had our baby girl about 2 months ago, and the week before her birth, Saturday morning, coming to set up here at the gym, go to turn on my car, and it just starts shaking, and the check engine light comes on. And in case you're wondering, there are things I'm good at in life. Mechanical stuff is not one of them. So I'm sitting in a car that's just shaking, and I've come to my conclusion where my thoughts take me is, this is not good. And that's as far as my thoughts go. You may be sitting there, you are gifted, and you're like, I know what's wrong in your car, X, Y, Z. I have no idea. I just know it's supposed to go, not shake. That's my diagnostic at work there. That's a problem. So I'm thinking we're 1 week from our daughter's birth because we're going to be scheduled to go in and my wife's going to be induced and all this. Like, I know the birth is coming. And we're just a couple days away. It's Labor Day weekend, all these things going on. I don't need a car that's not working. What I need is a car that is working. That's what I'm looking for. So I call where I got my car from. It's fully under warranty. This is why warranties exist, right? To take care of things when they don't work. I call the company, say, hey, my car's shaking, it's not working. And they go, well, that doesn't sound good. I'm like, I got that far. I did not need your help with that, but thank you. I'm like, I'd like to bring it in. Can you just give me a loaner car? It's under warranty, and you guys just fix it. It's under warranty. And they're like, we have no loaner cars. And you can bring it in, and we can decide if something is wrong with it. And if something is wrong with it, then, we'll take care of it and things. So I'm like, sitting there as my car is just shaking. And now I'm starting to shake. Not because the car is shaking, but because my thoughts are no longer super kind. I'm like, no. You give me the loaner car, I give you the broken car, and then we trade back. That's how this process works. They're like, yeah, no, you can bring it in. We'll see. We'll figure it out next week. I'm like, the baby's coming next week. So what happens is, I'm like, I'm tired of this. I'm not dealing with it. I'm trading my car, and I'm getting something else that works. I'll figure it out later. Great. But what begins to happen in my heart is I become bitter. I get bitter at how that situation was handled. I get bitter at that company. I start getting to the point where every time I get in the car, I'm just mad. I'm just mad. Frugal Phil doesn't like debt, does not happy about the situation. Frugal Phil worked in business. I despise poor customer service. I'm like, this was not a hard situation to handle. I start getting bitter every time I'm in the car. And the Lord speaks to my heart, and he goes, you seem really unthankful for a car that runs right now. I didn't need that right now, Lord. I needed to feel justified in my prison. He said, well, that prison is not my best for you. And so what I had to do to get out of that prison of bitterness is, one, leave that 1-star review for that car company. No, that's a joke. What I had to do to get out of that prison was start to be thankful that I had a car that ran. Be thankful that I had a car that could transport my daughter back and forth to places she needed to go. Be thankful that I had a vehicle that just ran. That's what I had to do to shift something in my heart. It doesn't change how the situation was handled or anything like that. It changes what's in my heart and mind. That's what Paul's talking about. Paul's writing the letter in prison. He's still in prison when he finishes the letter. But what changed about Paul was his heart and his mind. And some of us are trapped in spiritual prisons right now because we can't tell God about it and then shift into being grateful. But that's what changes our hearts and our minds. I mean, last week we had pastor appreciation. You know how thankful I am to have gotten cards and letters and encouraging notes from all of you guys? Like, there's no other place I want to be besides here with you guys. No other place. You guys are amazing. You're incredible. I get to work with an amazing staff. I mean, yesterday I got to watch Pastor Chris lead an amazing work day. Like, we had 30, 40 people out of the new building working, doing incredible work. Like, I work with an amazing staff. They did such a good job. Hiawassee just had work days, or maybe they did. I don't know. Hiawassee looking around like Pastor Phil. They may have had a work day yesterday. Hiawassee, I love you guys. If not, shameless plug to go help John and Courtney with the work day that'll be coming up then. I'm super thankful and grateful. I get to be part of something that's so amazing, so much bigger than myself. Like, I don't want to be anywhere else. I'm thankful. But man, when things happen in my life and I don't keep that posture, that's where spiritual prisons start to build. And as we go through it, like, it wasn't hard for you to figure out as the Lord started to speak to you, you're in a spiritual prison about something. The Lord started speaking to you right now, and you're like, greed's been just controlling your heart. Our lust has just been controlling your heart. Our anger and bitterness just been controlling your heart. Gossip's been controlling your heart. That's a spiritual prison. And God offers spiritual peace. Right now, if you know you're not experiencing spiritual peace, it's a great way to know you're in a spiritual prison. So, as we look to close out, I want to ask, do you need to take 2 steps today? You need to begin to tell God about everything. Tell him why you feel, what you went through. Just lay it all out before him. And then take the second step, the one that sets us free. Start being thankful to the Lord. Those are the 2 steps that we've got to take as people if we ever want to step out of the spiritual prisons we find ourselves in.